Hey everyone, so in today's video we're going to be heading over to Warnock to get it finally rent ready. I have a little bit of like a sore throat, cold, something like that, but I don't know, we're going to push through it, we're going to get through it. The plan for today is going to be go to Warnock, make sure everything is cool, everything is fine with it, pack up all the things that have been left there for the most part. I did like 90% pack, and now here's just the rest, the 10%. So pack all those things up, and then we have cleaners coming in next Thursday. So the house will be completely ready to go. So that's pretty much it for today. Go to Warnock, pack up all the rest of the things, clean the house, get everything fixed. I do have some updates as far as bookkeeping and Warnock's roof, which I'll include later in this video. But for now, I will pick this back up once we get to Warnock. So I just got here. This is pretty much what I have to take home. Hopefully it'll fit all in the car. And then all these dishes and stuff like that I'm giving to a friend. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Not too much stuff. This I'm actually leaving for the next tenants because I thought, you know, nice gesture. Gives them some paper towels just to start off. We also have upstairs, which is fairly empty. This is where my roommate used to be. Now it's completely gone. He actually left these curtains, which I think is a nice touch. So there's that. Bathroom is pretty empty as well. Nothing going on here. I do want to change the shower head because it is kind of grimy. Maybe you can see that. This is all going to get cleaned. I'm going to clean this down too. I'm going to wipe that down. And I'm leaving paper towel rolls for the next tenant as well because I figured, you know, nice gesture as well. Same thing with here. Everything else out of here. Same with this closet. Nothing. Same thing here. Gonna have to get rid of that. Lock boxes. Yeah, it's all pretty much empty. There's just a few clothes in here that I'll be taking. So for the most part, it's good. Just have to get rid of these few things and we should be good to go. So I will come back once this house is pretty much empty and we get to figuring out what needs to be fixed and making a list for that. See you guys then. Pretty much packed everything in the car. It all fits. Nothing else here besides just cleaning stuff. All the cabinets, everything else is empty. So next order of business is figuring out what I need before I head out. I'm thinking I'm gonna use about 6 sponges roughly. For the fire alarms, I'm gonna take that one off and figure out how many batteries I need and what kind of batteries I need. And for the shower head, I'm gonna take this off and bring it with me so I can figure out the right thread pitch for it. Should be good to go. There are actually a few outlets in this bedroom that I wanna change. This one in particular, it's just super loose. It comes out whenever you try to take out a plug or something. And then this one over here, that one's just like brown and gross. Just gonna mark these all down and then we'll be at Home Depot shortly. The fire alarms, I noticed that they're actually just disposables, so I don't need to change the batteries for those. So I'm just gonna leave those. Shower head, I got it off. So I'm gonna take this with me and I'm also gonna get some new Teflon tape. And then for the power outlets, you can see here, that this one I just took off the plate and then I just tightened the actual outlet itself and then tightened this plate back on and now it's good to go. I did crack it a little bit, but it's okay, it's gonna last. And then this one, I accidentally cracked in the process, so I just need to get a new one, but this is pretty much tight and it's good. So really, all we need is just one outlet plate, one shower head, and some Teflon tape, and we should be good to go. So I will catch you guys probably either in Home Depot or in the car when I have everything. This is the current status of the car. I literally cannot see behind me. Everything's in here. Home Depot. I also forgot to mention that I actually have to return the Verizon routers. For some reason, they sent me 2. I don't know why. We're headed over to a Verizon store right now, get that taken care of, and then Home Depot. So we just finished up with Home Depot, and these are the things that I got. So we got the 5 Magic Erase sponges. This is gonna help get a lot of the marks off the walls. Outlet covers, I couldn't find like singular outlet covers, so I just got a pack of 10. It was like $3, something like that, so it wasn't too bad. Just keep it in storage inside the house. And then lastly, this is the shower head that I got. Hopefully this works. It says that I don't need Teflon tape right there. It says I don't need Teflon tape. Hopefully the thread pitch is the correct one, but we'll find out. Back to the house now, and let's install this stuff and get it done. So I just wrapped up the shower head. Works as it should. Ooh. turn that inward a little bit so we can shoot out. All 5 options work, so keep on this one for now. Works as it should. It's good to go. And then we have the outlet cover, which is pretty much basic. New outlet cover, nothing too fancy there. So all that's left is cleaning the basement and then cleaning the walls here. It's primarily just gonna be scuffs like this, like that, trying to get that out as much as possible. Stuff in here as well. There's a few scuffs, that's just paint. I don't think I could do anything about that, but yeah, I will pick it up back when I am sort of doing the walls as well as the basement. So I just finished scrubbing the walls. It came out pretty good. There was like a huge mark on the basement door that I got out, which I'm super happy about. Not too much scuffs. There's like this. So I tried to focus heavily on spots where there was a lot of traffic. So like here where the couch should be, couldn't really do much about this. The steps, I couldn't really do much about the paint just being old. The magic eraser can only do so much, but you can still see that it's just old paint. It's not too bad. I think it shows up a lot worse on camera. If we come up here, you can see that it's okay. Like it isn't the best. It's definitely, I'm not happy with it. I definitely will repaint it probably next year or whenever I have to turn this over, but upstairs is pretty good. You can see there wasn't much to do here. There was a big scuff here that I happened to get out, which was really good. Other than that, bathroom wasn't too bad either. Office room, not bad at all. Couldn't really do much about those. I did get the minor scuffs out. So overall, the paint is probably 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's not the worst. Paint's done. Now, basement, sweep all that up. So pretty much just did a very light sweep because I already did like a full cleaning a while ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. This is one pile of dirt. Other pile of dirt over there. I changed the filter out for the heater. I think that's pretty much about it. I'm just gonna do some little cleaning here and there. Like I'm gonna wipe this down. I left this for the tenants, little lint trash, and then some bags. And then I'm also gonna clean inside of that because that's kind of gross. I don't think the dryer, yeah, the dryer is fine. Washer, not so much. Other than that, the basement is pretty much good to go. So pretty much got the basement cleaned up, got the upstairs all done, got the walls all scrubbed, got the washer and dryer. Last thing was the trash can. Let me show you guys this. So this is the Warnock trash can. It is not in terrible condition, but I already wiped it down, but it used to stink really bad. I think it's because there was like seeds and like empty cans and stuff like that just sitting at the bottom. So we got that all cleaned out. It was not fun, I'll tell you that much. We pretty much got the entire house rent ready. There's nothing else that I really need to do besides load up this car and pretty much put all this stuff in there, except for this, just like toss this stuff out. That's really about it. I'm gonna talk to you guys about the roof. Let me just get situated with all this stuff first. Warnock is officially complete. Yeah, we got everything done. We got everything I wanted taken care of. Everything fixed, everything cleaned out, everything scrubbed down, sweeped, vacuumed, all that stuff. I will be having cleaners coming next Thursday. That'll be pretty nice, having it all mopped out. Sorry for the echo. This is the room with the best lighting. So yeah, it's kind of surreal having my first property ever be fully self-sufficient and cash flowing soon. So fingers crossed everything goes well and we have a long-lasting relationship with these next tenants. But let me get into this roof stuff now. What had happened was I had went with one company a while back, maybe like 7-8 months ago. I noticed that my roof flashing on the side was pretty much destroyed. I'll throw up some pictures and stuff like that. It was essentially falling apart and I wanted to just get that replaced. I called this contractor, they came in and they mentioned that you have to do all 3 sides except for the front, and you might as well get your roof redone. So I was like, why not? If he's giving me a good price on it, let's do it. Fast forward a little bit, we get some quotes in and it's roughly about $4,000 or $5,000 for the whole new roof as well as the flashing included. So I was like, okay, it sounds like a good price, let's go with it. Some time passes and this job takes about 3 to 4 days, which I talked to other few companies, they said that's crazy. So I was already skeptical, as is with this company, and some time passes and I start getting these extra invoices. They are about extra material that we needed or they need more cash for their workers and stuff like that. It turns out that this guy, this contractor, he would upcharge and supply the work elsewhere, which is fine. A lot of companies do that. A lot of contracting companies do that, which I have no issue with. I wish I knew that ahead of time because it seemed like he was working with his own team, but that wasn't the case. So fast forward a little bit, total came out to $9,000. I bit the bullet on it thinking, okay, maybe this guy is reputable, everything will be all right. Just go with it. Gut feeling said go with it, everything will be fine. Fast forward to maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, my neighbor calls me and they mentioned that their roof, or they're having a leak inside their house and it's caused by my roof. They sent me photos of a roofer that went up there and checked it out. Turns out that half my roof was flying off. I called another contracting company and they went up there and they mentioned that these guys pretty much did not do anything. They got paid to sit up there essentially, which I got really bummed about because I was like, I did my research on this contractor, I did my research on the company, they seemed really well out, they seemed really good. Another contracting crew came in and these guys killed it. These guys came early, these guys finished it super fast within like 3-4 hours. They did a fantastic job. Now, that cost me around like $25,000 to $3,000, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, I got everything fixed before the new tenants came in and I bit the bullet twice, unfortunately. I will say that it is super important, from experience, it's super important to learn your contracting companies as well as the contractor. I would hate to see something like this happen to you guys, whoever's watching this. But lesson learned, definitely do research on whoever you're working with, no matter what the case is, no matter how small the purchase is, definitely do your research. So now I have a 12-year warranty on this and we should be good to go. Other than that, Warnock is pretty much complete. Warnock is ready to go. Just the cleaning on Thursday and getting rid of those like miscellaneous stuff that won't fit in the car tomorrow or Thursday. So we are done. I will pick this up probably back at home either tonight or a few days later about the bookkeeping, and that's where we'll wrap the video up. Talk to you guys then. Right now, I think it's Wednesday, it's the next day. I'm going to get into the bookkeeping, so let me switch over to that. So here we go for the bookkeeping documentation of how I do it. Starting off with bookkeeping 1, you have property 1, then you have property 2, and then you have the bookkeeping master, which we'll get into in just a sec. Starting with property 1, it's very simple, very basic. I have it labeled by years, so for each year I would pretty much document everything from January all the way to December. For now, this is just like a demo, so I put like fake amounts, but it's super simple. Put in the amount, put in who it was paid from, like rent, I would put apartments.com, for example, or if I get like an insurance check or something, I would write down the insurance company, whatever it is. Category, same thing. If it's like utilities, I would write utilities, rent, an internal transfer, whatever the case may be, and then date. Very bare bones, very simple. Then we just have the sum of all of this, which is calculating my total gross income. Vice versa for expenses, pretty much doing exactly the same as the income, sums it all up. This says income, but it's supposed to be expenses. From there, what we do is this is coded in where it's copying from both the gross income as well as expenses, and then you're just subtracting it to get us the total net income of that year. And with this, I can obviously copy and paste or even manipulate the sheet in a way where I can get quarterly reports, I can get monthly reports, whatever I want. That's pretty much it for all the years going forward, and I'm just going to have it all on one long sheet. Maybe if it gets too long, I'll eventually switch off. But the end goal eventually will to be getting QuickBooks. That's going to be a later date when I can start paying for it using the rental income. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You enter your property here, the year for that, and then same thing for 2023. And then I've made a total page where it'll calculate each and every total for each and every year. So this is calculating both 2023 as well as 2024. You can see it right there, as well as the same thing here. And then this just takes that sum as well and adds up both the net incomes for each year. So that's pretty much it for property 1. Very, very, very similar concept for property 2, except for me at least, Ripka is a 2-unit property, and the way that I have it set up is I have 2 different checking accounts where both of them get their own specific rents sent out to them, but only one account pays for all costs in terms of utilities, insurance, any fees, maintenance stuff like that. So from there, since one account only pays for it, the other account ends up transferring half of that. So this is obviously wrong. These expenses would be half of, say, 1,000. If this was a transfer, internal transfer, this would be 5. Some expense here would be 500, something like that. The reason why I have set up 2 different tables is because it's a lot easier for me to just track both accounts than rather than figuring out, okay, this got sent here. Do I need to calculate this amount? Do I need to include this amount in the income? Do I need to not put this in the expenses? Blah, 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 whatever. It makes it a lot easier if I just bookkeep both accounts separately and just match their totals to whatever statement that I'm looking at. So that's why you see 2 different income statements here and here. And then this up here calculates both net incomes, and it gives me a total of all the accounts together. So that's helpful because then I realize that, okay, both of these accounts joined are making this much, while separately they're making that much. And that's pretty much the same concept here. It takes the total gross income for both accounts, 2024, as well as gross expense for 2024, and then it just adds up them as well. So yeah, super simple, super basic way to bookkeep. Nothing too special, nothing like extravagant, no hardcore systems being created, it's whatever. I think it's good stepping stones into figuring out how I want to organize the accounting side for the business. So then we come here to the master sheet, where it pretty much calculates both properties as well as gives you the total net income amongst the entire company. So right now I have only 2 properties. That's why I have property 1 and property 2 as this demo. If you were to have more, you would have a whole list of properties down here, totaling them all up right here. So this is taking it from there. Same thing for gross expense, and then it just sums up the net income. But these update automatically because they're tied into both the property 1, property 2 demo sheet, as you can see here. Property 1, bookkeeping demo, property 2, bookkeeping demo. That's really it for how I document my bookkeeping. I do regret not looking into this much sooner because it would have made my life a lot easier to figure this stuff out. This is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys found this somewhat helpful because this definitely was a hurdle to get over. So let me pick this up back on the face cam. So that's pretty much it for how I bookkeep and how I just, keep track of all the accounting stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely a long one, and it was definitely a in-depth in terms of moving out, getting the property ready, bookkeeping, the roof issue. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of documentation on this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.